Hello everybody! Merry Christmas. Don't know when this is going to post because YouTube is kind of getting funky with me here. But what we should have in here is a 30 HERRETT barrel, dies, and a little bit of brass. Come out of a new friend of mine on a forum that I've been on for better than 20 years. And we've been talking and convinced me to go ahead and buy this. Price was really fair, so I jumped on it. Let's see what he's got in here for me. We got a lot of packing. Trying not to make a mess with all this popcorn. Save the pieces. Oh, I already lost one. I think that's everything, but we're not going to throw it away. We'll just set it over here. And let's start with this one. This should be brass. He said he was going to include what he had that was fire formed for this barrel, which is most appreciated. What do you got here? 30 HERRETT trim die. Oh, okay. Okay. And there's some cases. Oh, some nickel cases in there. And I have 50 or so pieces, but if you're familiar with this cartridge, you need to fire form it for your chamber. So the cases I have may be perfectly fine, or they may not be. So we're going to have to see. And if you hadn't seen it, it's a 30-30 case. Dirty, of course. The 30-30 case, trimmed down. And then new neck formed. And then it's blown out, so it's not quite as much taper to give you a little more capacity. And believe it or not, it comes probably within 15% of a 30-30 rifle from a 10-inch barrel. It's a little better ballistics on paper than the 300 Blackout is with supers. So 125 grain bullet in a Blackout is going about 22. You know, maybe you can squeeze a little better out of it. This is going 22, solid 22 up to 23, if you can believe the manuals. 150 grain bullets here are a little over 2,000. And 150 grain bullets in the Blackout are about 1850. So, and that's a 10-inch barrel, where the Blackout is a 16. So, pretty neat. Zoom you back out here and we'll get some more things open. These are dies. If I can get them without cutting. Sometimes we can. And it's an old set of dies. That way we can save the packing. And it's an old set of reloading dies. Very nice. Durachromes. These are actually really nice dies. Pacific Durachromes. They're actually very good quality dies. And all that red you see is not rust. That's jiggling around in the box. It's actually the plastic from jiggling in the travel. We'll save that packing. Here's our bag. Let's take a look at what we've got here. This is a trim die. If you're not familiar, this is a die you put in your press and you run your brass up in through, and you can file it off. Zoom in a little. So it's just a die, and it's set to give you the shoulder. Doesn't form anything. It's just a trim die. So you run your resized brass up into it. And see, this is fired, so it won't go. But sized brass will fit inside there. and then you just file it off, and it gives you the proper length for a piece of 30 HERRETT. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'll put that in my box of tricks just to save the box. And I'm going to put this right into my die box. That's where it'll get used. Oh, we got a shell holder too. Thank you, sir. That wasn't expected. Very nice. I also like to keep shell holders specific for caliber with the set of dies. Looks like we got an Allen wrench, and he has his original instructions on the dies, which we won't need, of course, but nice to have. Nice to have. You don't get this kind of stuff anymore. They put it all in the manuals now. Looks like there's some loading data. Yeah, looks like there's some loading data here. Yeah, very good. Very good. All right, we're going to play with this. We're going to do a couple of videos on this. And stay tuned for that coming up. And, all right. So I'll just put that in my box of tricks. Put this in the garbage. And let's get the barrel. This is the thing everybody's been waiting for. The rest of this is superfluous stuff, right? I saw the picture, so I know what it's going to look like. Oh, it's a bag. Nice packaging. Got a sock on it. Very nice. Elastic band that I can't get off because I can't feel with that finger. Okay. Supposed to have a rail on it, and it does, and it's a tapered, and it's an early barrel with a soldered on front sight. And there it is, right there, 30 HERRETT. We're going to pull this off, and we're going to put this one over here on. This one over here is going to go on it, and this scope to start. So let's see if we got 30 caliber. See if it goes in here. It's fired from it, so it'll definitely go in, but it's not resized. All fired brass. So we're gonna deprime all this and chuck it all in the cleaner. We'll get a nice new batch of brass. All right, we can get rid of that. We'll save that. Save this. If I can find a better way to store this. I'll probably put this in my notes because yeah, I'll make a copy of that. Very nice. Loading data for 30 HERRETT, developed by Hornady. One side, and this here is instructions, I'm sure, for the dies. Oh, 30 HERRETT specific. 30 HERRETT case forming and sizing instructions. Very nice. Okay. So yes, I will definitely save those. I'll put them in my manual. So we got dies, we got brass, and we've got a barrel. Good looking barrel. Thing looks really good. I'm anxious to shoot this one. Pretty clean. I think we're going to put this Simmons on top, at least to start. And this is a, I don't know whose base this is. I thought it was a Leopold, but it's not. So we'll get that mounted up. I'm not going to do anything on screen. I'll just come back and it'll be done. So just like this, there it is. Magic, huh? All right, this is a 2.5 to 7 Simmons optic, and it's been beat up a little bit, but it's a Japanese one. The later ones I think were Philippines, and they're both halfway decent. The only hiccup mounting this was I had to clean out the screw holes because there was old Loctite in there, and typical, the screws are very short, or the screw holes are short to begin with because they obviously don't go into the chamber, and the screws only take a few threads, so the thread locker gets down underneath the head of the screw and it shortens the overall length, and these screws were just a little bit longer, so it wouldn't work. Easy to do. There we go. There we go. Very cool. Watch for videos coming up. We're going to be doing case forming. We're going to be doing some benchtop stuff. Probably going to keep it over on Rumble because I don't want problems over here, because I don't need any more problems, and I don't have to do anything to get problems over here. So I'm going to try and limit what goes on. So look for it over on Rumble. God bless everybody. And again, I don't know when this is coming out, but for me, it's pre-Christmas. God bless everybody. Hope you have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year's. CW out.